Hey y'all, welcome to an episode of Fishing with Mikey P, or welcome back, whatever the case may be. I appreciate you guys clicking the video, taking a peek. Today I'm fishing on the Fox River near Montello, and I'm going to go see if we can find any of the pike that live in this river. Last year I fished here a few times, and I don't think I ever caught anything of any actual size, but we did catch a few, and today we're going to go see what we can find. If they're not doing what we are hoping they're going to be doing, then maybe we'll just go after the bass. All right, stick around, guys. Here we go. Then this rod, we're going to put a reed runner from Northland Tackle on there. See, they got the little plastic thing on here so that people don't kill themselves with those hooks. Keep that. Make sure you put it in your tackle box. Then when you want to put a trailer hook on a spinnerbait, just cut a short section of that off. Then keep the rest of the tubing for the next time. Which I am going to do that today. I'm going to put a trailer hook on there right away. These northern have been known to short strike out here, so I'm not going to take any chances from the beginning. So we'll put a trailer hook on there right away. So the trailer hooks that I have actually have their own little piece of plastic on there, but I don't like that method, so I'm going to take that off. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put that on there like I normally would. Then I'm going to take that little tiny piece that I had, and we're going to actually stick it through the main hook of the spinnerbait. Ouch. Without sticking it all the way into my finger. Push it down past the barb. And that way this hook can freely move. So if you're ripping the weeds off and stuff, it'll help pull it out of the weeds. And then when the fish is on it too, it'll move rather than just being, you know, fixed in one spot. I think that helps. I could be wrong. If you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But that's the way I like to do it. Otherwise, with that other piece, you just stick it in there and the hook is just kind of stuck there. I think there might be a little wiggle, but not as much as if you do that independently. Okay, so this spinnerbait has the closed eye on it, which is really nice if you're going to throw it on a leader, which I am. So I've got a, I believe it's a 12-inch, 18-pound, or maybe it's 27-pound leader there by South Bend. Nothing too high end, but in the past these have done just fine. So with that closed eye, that won't move. Like if that eye wasn't closed, then your leader could come down here and come over here, and you're always jerking trying to get that to stay in line. With that way, there's no mistake, it's going to stay there. So that's the rig. We're going to tie it on and chuck it around for a while. Well guys, I've got no trolling motor. Apparently one of my batteries is taking a crap on me. Maybe I'll float down, but it's probably not going to work. Dadgummit.
Then you're going to connect the jumper line from the negative to the positive. And today we're going to show you how to change the voltage on your Lowrance Ghost trolling motor from 24 volts to 36 volts. And changing it is really simple. We're going to show you how to do that. The first thing you do is you enter the user configuration mode, which you do by pressing the number 2 and number 3 button together. You hold them down until you hear the beeping from the head of the trolling motor.
Alright, so that didn't work. I tried to switch it from 36 volt to 24 volt. And for whatever reason, the Ghost won't realize that there's only 2 batteries hooked up. But with the bad battery unhooked, it still thinks it's 36 volt, but now the trolling motor's working. Hopefully I don't wreck anything by doing this, but we're gonna go fishing. So there's a bunch of fish on the screen there, but I can see the water's not that deep. I can see they're all carp. Oh boy. Oh, it's a rock bass. I thought it was a smallmouth, but just a really dark rock bass. Okay, so we're gonna go along the weed edge over here. We're gonna throw that spinnerbait. Looking for pike, but if there's a hungry bass, they should eat that spinnerbait. Boy, a bunch of little tiny bluegills right there. Little tiny bass mixed in with them. Plenty of food for a pike. I don't know if they're gonna want to bite anything with a hook on it, but we hope they will. Alright, so that section didn't work. We're going to turn around and go downstream. Little bluegill chasing it back to the boat. So it's pretty shallow right here. We're just going to go right out in the middle of the channel. This water is really clean. This time of year it usually ends up being pretty clear, but this is extremely clear to my recollection. So many carp. It's in my experience that once I start targeting these pike, I can't catch them. But if I was out here in a bass tournament, I'd catch 14 of them. So we'll see how this goes today, but I'm a little surprised I haven't had one at least hit yet, because usually they're everywhere. Oh, I see a little bass up there. Oh, there goes a catfish. Well, there's all kinds of fish around. There goes some more cat. There's 3 catfish together right there. So a lot of y'all watching the video probably know what I just did there. But for those of you that may not, I was kind of hooked up on something, piece of wood or maybe a rock down there. And instead of just pulling until my hook sank into the piece of wood, you take your line and you kind of snap it. And it sends a shock down the line, and it may get that jig to kind of bounce back the other way. And a lot of times it'll come out. Now if you're snagged in a piece of wood and the hook's in, that's probably not going to work. But a lot of times in rocks, it does work. Well, it didn't seem to be any bass in there that wanted to play. So we'll go back to chucking that spinnerbait. Should be able to pick something up on the edge of this grass. There's a nice defined line there. There's a little smallmouth just hanging out on the bottom there. Not very big, maybe 12-incher. Typically this water isn't clean enough to see anything, but I can see fish swimming everywhere the whole time. There's another catfish. What are you doing there, catfish? Seen plenty of catfish so far. Maybe I'll have to do that. Used to do it as a kid. Me and my buddies, and we'd go fishing. Even in high school, we'd go sit on the lower locks here where I put in and throw our rods out and just screw around the whole time. Probably miss every fish that we ever had a bite. But those were the good times. It was less about the fishing and hanging out with, more about hanging out with the buddies. Well, there's a decent bass. Probably 2.5 pounder. Just chilling there on the little bit of a drop that's there. I'm sure he saw me, but maybe I'll just chuck this little bait up there. Yeah, I didn't think he'd fall for it, but I think don't hurt to try. Oh, there's another bass. He's swimming away. I think he saw me. Yeah, he swam around my spinnerbait. A couple bass worth catching. That one wasn't as big as the first one, but he's probably still 2 pounds. If I see more of that going on, I might have to switch from pike to bass. Then I'll probably catch the pike when I'm trying to catch bass. Little smallmouth swimming up there. Lots of bluegills. Bluegills everywhere. Can't seem to get a bite from anything though. Sheep's head. Another catfish. All kinds of catfish today. This water's pretty shallow. You can see all the rocks down there, the granite chunks. I don't see any bass come out of there though. Well, out of all the fish I have seen, I don't think I've seen a northern swimming around. That is very strange to me. Something tiny. Little smallmouth. Really little. Alright, man. Come on. Oh, okay, there you go. You little guys prefer it that way. Well, come on here. I gotcha. Goodbye. There's something coming up. That's a largemouth. There we go. That's probably about 14. Not a big one, but a beekeeper in a tournament. Thanks for joining. All right. There, we caught something worth catching. Just threw down in that deeper hole here on the side. Just let it sink down to the bottom, and I wasn't real sure because he didn't really pull, but there he was. There's a smallie out in the middle of the channel doing God knows what. Oh, what was it? Something small. I saw him swim away. I don't know if it was a bass or a rock bass or what it was. Little guy. Oh, not very big. All right, guy. Ho, ho, ho. you were almost there. All right. Skinny little dude. Oh, missed it. I think he might have come shooting out of there and said, oh, geez, there's a boat there. Kind of turned away at the last second. Good place for one to be laying. Oh, sure. Just as the front camera shut off. That was horrible timing. Well, at least we got him on the chesty. Hopefully we caught the blow up. Come on, mister, you're gonna hurt me. There. There's another one, about maybe 14 and a quarter. It's not real fat yet. These fish get super fat when it starts to be feeding time in the fall. But it's still summertime here. September. Today was cool. It was about 50 degrees this morning. Actually, I think it was 47 for a low. But right now it's probably mid 70s, and by this weekend it's supposed to be upper 90s again. So definitely still summertime. These fish are kind of in a funk though. He's not very big, but he's a bass. Kind of gave up on the pike. They just didn't seem to want to bite today. Just a little guy. I don't think he's quite legal. Thanks, buddy. Another one. Oh no, he dropped it. Oh, there's a... Oh, it's a catfish. Come here, mister. Hey-ya. Yeah. All them damn catfish swimming around, I finally caught one. There. We got one. Oh, he's talking to me. Thanks, buddy. As soon as I set the hook, he started rolling. I thought, uh-oh. Thought maybe it was a pike, but nope. The old catfish. Ooh, he nicked me up pretty good. I'll retie that. Oh, tiny. Tiny, tiny largemouth. Nice try, but no cigar. Alright guys, that's a wrap for today. Nothing too exciting. Caught a few fish. Fox River is not happening just yet, so if you watched my videos last year, you know already that I'll probably be out here several more times before it gets too cold to be out here. And we'll see if we can throw a few other things in between there. I got 3 more tournaments coming up, and then we'll be looking towards ice fishing. So we'll see what happens between now and then. But until then, I'll catch you later.